Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Target Center. We're happy to have you here as we welcome in the newest members of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm Dave Benz, the television play-by-play voice of the Timberwolves, and we welcome those of you who are watching this telecast live right now on Fox Sports North, as well as listening live on the radio home of the Timberwolves, 830 WCCO. And, of course, last night, a very big night for the Timberwolves organization as they welcome in the two gentlemen you see sitting here, the 13th overall and 40th overall picks of the NBA draft. Of course, the first-round pick, Zach LaVine, 19 years old, out of UCLA, and the freshman last year at UCLA was absolutely fantastic. He averaged nearly 9.5 points per game, 2.5 assists per game, or just under 2.5 assists per game, and 2.5 rebounds per game. He's all Pac-12 freshman team, 37.5% from three-point range, so he could shoot the lights out, and he obviously lit up the highlight reels jumping out of the gym with his fantastic dunks and his jumping ability. He was all freshman Pac-12, as I said, in his first year, and 48 three-pointers, the second highest single-season total by a UCLA freshman ever. So the Timberwolves are thrilled to have him here from Seattle, Washington. He was also the 2013 Associated Press Washington State Player of the Year. He averaged 28.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game as a senior in high school. And Glenn Robinson III, who's sitting right next to him, coming up to us out of the University of Michigan, a 6'6" forward, started all 76 games in his career at Michigan, averaged 12 points on 52.5% shooting, nearly 5 rebounds per game in his 2-year career. He was a 2-time honorable all-mention Big Ten selection by the media, leading the Wolves to appearances in the national title game and the Elite Eight in his 2 seasons at Michigan. Pretty good run for you, Glenn, in your years with the Wolverines. We're happy to have you here. Robinson III, of course, is the son of former NBA standout Glenn Robinson, who was the first overall pick in the 1994 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks. So to get today's press conference started, we're going to start with a few words from the Timberwolves president of basketball operations, and, of course, the head coach, Flip Saunders, and general manager Milt Dutton. After that, we will have words from Zach and Glenn, and then we will open it up to the media for questions. So let's get it underway with Flip Saunders. Flip.
First of all, I thank everyone for coming out. This morning when I woke up, I had 2 thoughts. First thought was I felt as good about our organization since I took the job, and a lot has to do with the direction because of these 2 individuals right here. When I first took the job, we looked at our team. There's a couple areas we thought we had to improve. You know, in one area we thought was we had to get more athletic. Our league has taken a turn where athleticism is important because what you have the ability to do. You have the ability to, one, defend with athleticism. You have the ability to get out in the open court. And the 2 individuals here are 2 players that really will bring that, you know, to what we want to do. They're young. They got a lot to learn. We have a great staff that's a developmental staff that's going to work with them. And what I love about them and talking to both their coaches and knowing them a little bit from talking to them is that they're gym rats. And if you have athleticism and you have the will to get better, you have a great opportunity to have success in this league. My second thought was I realized that I was getting pretty old. Because 10 years ago, I was talking to Kevin Garnett on how to stop Glenn Robinson. And now I'm coaching his kids. So I found out that I've aged a little bit in 10 years. But you know, we're extremely happy. They're going to add a lot of excitement to our team, to our fans. They're going to become fan favorites. They're our 2 highest jumping guys, I do know that. But they have other skills, and that's the important thing. The other skills that they have, and we want to take that athleticism, we want to turn them into basketball players and winning players, and with our team, they'll have good success. It's on you, Milt.
Yeah. Well, we had a great night last night, and as Flip said, we drafted not only 2 really good basketball players that are going to develop to be into great players, but we have 2 fine young men that's going to add quality and value to our organization, and we're really excited about that. We look forward to seeing them develop and contribute to the basketball team in a way that will take us to the next level, and we look forward to seeing them grow as men as well.
At this time, we're going to open it up to questions from the media. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and a microphone will be brought to you. And please state your name and your affiliation before asking your question. Begin with John Krasinski from the AP.
Zach, just can you take us through maybe the last 24 hours or so, and you made the decision to come out of UCLA, and then you get to last night, and things finally work out for you. You come to a place where you said you wanted to be. What's the emotions been like, and as you try to process the whole situation?
It's been crazy just realizing your dream is really at hand. It still hasn't sunk into me how surreal this really is. Coming out after 1 year, I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I'm a very confident person. I pat myself on being one of the hardest workers, so I'm always going to be in the gym, and I'm ready just to go full steam into this, and I'm just so ecstatic to be a part of the Timberwolves organization. It's a dream come true. I'm still living it.
Mike Max from WCCO. Zach, obviously they took a guy from UCLA last year after 1 year. Now, I know you didn't play together. Do you know Shabazz much? Have you had much interaction with him?
Yeah, I met him a couple of times. He's a great person. Lefty that can score. We're always going to have that UCLA brotherhood, in it. So I'm cool with him. I've talked to him a couple of times. I talked to him over the phone, but I know he's a great person. I'm, looking forward to playing with him.
Zach, Andy Greeter with the Pioneer Press. In starting only one game in college, how does that kind of prepare you for what could be a trying acclimation to the NBA?
Yeah, that one game I did start, it was, Colin Jordan did sit out, but, every game I go into, I wasn't thinking, start, come off the bench. I was playing my role. So, I'm going in there, do best for the team and just try my hardest, go out there, play hard, know what I can do, and just do whatever I can to help the team win. So I'm going to just try, transfer that over to my organization now as the Timberwolves go out there and play my heart out and do whatever they need me to do to help win.
Mark Remy, Timberwolves.com, guys. I'm just curious what you guys' impressions of each other are and how you watched each other in college and what you knew about each other before you sat next to each other right now.
Well, I knew Zach just from watching him and just watching college basketball, but I had a chance to work out with him actually for the Bulls, and that was really the first time where I got to play with him, and a great player, very athletic. I think everybody knows that, but he's more than, he's a very skilled basketball player who will develop, into a great overall basketball player, and I think that, like he said, with his hard work, you never know what can happen. So it was definitely the first time that I got to see him. It was in Chicago.
Thanks, bro. I was watching Glenn. When I was a senior in high school. Top 10 plays. Come on, I see him just jumping out the gym, dunking on somebody. It's okay. This dude, he might jump a little, might higher than me, but yeah, he's a great player. Like you said, everyone knows about his athleticism, but he's a hard worker. In the Chicago workout, I think we're paired up a couple times, and he's definitely a hard matchup. He's strong. You don't know what he's going to do. So, but then we're on the same team. We're killing, so it's good. But yeah, he's a hard worker. He's skilled. So I know he's a great kid as well. So I'm looking forward to playing with him. He's about to be my right-hand man this year too. So.
Bill Irvin from FoxSportsNorth.com. Glenn, probably a whirlwind 24 hours for you too, right? I mean, some, including Flip, said you might be a first-round talent, and obviously had to wait a little while to get your name called. But what have just the past 24 hours been like for you?
I wasn't in New York. I had a family event, and it was really exciting. When I got there, I was really excited, and as the selection show went on, I got kind of nervous, but I knew my name was going to be called, and I was just grateful to have the opportunity, to be behind this Timberwolves organization, and just very excited, to get going, and like Zach said, just really going to put in the hard work and the time, and the dedication. That's really what it all comes down to. Both of us, we have all the pieces, all the potential in the world. It's what we do with it. So I definitely think that we'll take full advantage of this opportunity, and just excited.
Zach, Nate Sandell, 1500 ESPN. Statistically, you had a tough finish to the season, and when you just declared to go to the draft, did you feel that you had a lot to prove as you went through that workout process and when you were meeting with teams?
Yeah, college basketball and basketball in general is a game of up and down. You're not doing, have a perfect season. So, definitely coming out, I want to prove people, stuff I could do that couldn't do. Main thing about me is I don't like doubters. So, I always try to prove them wrong, and I feel like I had a very good pre-draft, and I proved a lot of doubters wrong. And I just want to keep improving and, just do the best I can, going into to my, my rookie year, with the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be great. So I can just keep improving, and, I have this great organization backing me now, so it's going to be even better.
Zach, your immediate reaction caused quite a reaction in the Twitterverse and elsewhere.
Yeah.
Could you comment on that?
Getting drafted into the NBA is something that I've always dreamed of being, since I was a little kid. So, to tell the truth, when my name got called, I lost it. I put my head down, thank God, and from there, I just lost it, man. I'm a very emotional person. I didn't mean anything, any disrespect to anyone. I'm the most excited person, it was almost like in disbelief that I said that, I think. So it was, I felt bad. I was like, okay, that's not the best first impression, you can give it, an organization. So, hopefully I can make that up. But, I just want to let you guys know I'm the most, excited, person in the world to be part of this organization. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to put my, my whole, heart into this organization. So, yeah, after that, you got up on the stage with the commish. Almost was out of breath a little bit. Like, I couldn't breathe for a little bit. I told him, I said, I can't believe this happened. He's like, yo, calm down. Like, you're all right. It's like, calm down, it's okay. And then went on with the interview process. But, yeah, I definitely was on Twitter for a little bit.
Glenn, you're coming out of Michigan, and obviously a lot of prospects have come out over the last couple of years, your teammates. What was it about playing for Michigan and the program that really helped you prepare for this day?
Coach Beilein, to me, really has a system that fits well, for us to translate to the next level. And, he has his system, but, there's times where we have the freedom to kind of play, and we all know how to play the game of basketball, and we just executed it well. We got up and down the floor, and really he just gave us a chance to succeed. And that's the only reason why I'm up here today is because, I was able to fit in that system and play within our team.
Glenn, AJ Mansour, KFAN Radio. You have obviously an interesting perspective with your dad. What sort of insight did he give you as you prepare to take this step into the next level?
Just, enjoying every moment. He told me you're never going to get another, opportunity for the draft again, and just enjoy every single moment that you go through. But also hard work is what it's going to come down to. Now it's all about basketball. We don't have classes to go to, when we go to practice, when we're working out. It's your choice to do what you want to do in the free time, and it's how you handle that. So I have no doubt in my mind that both of us will do that the right way and succeed out of it.
Milt, Flip talked about this last night a little bit, but when you look at these two players, the first thing that comes up is their athleticism and the way that they can jump and run the floor. But how much did you guys look at their all-around games, and how important is that going to be in their development, so you make sure you don't just have, just athletes and you have basketball players?
Well, I think they came from really good programs, and the one thing, especially in Zach's case, that we spoke about is we really didn't have a player that can go get a basket, and he has the ability to do that, take his man off the dribble and get to the basket, get to the free throw line. So that was really important. And in regards to Glenn, he's a player that is, like Flip said, very athletic, can really shoot the ball, and we think that we think he'll be a better pro, given the up and down game and ability to defend. So those are the things that attracted us to both players, and we feel like the sky's the limit for them.
Zach, it was hard to figure out if they were drafting a point guard, a shooting guard, or one more than the other. Are you a shooting guard that wants to develop as a point guard, or where do you? I mean, how important is it to you to play both or to play one or the other?
First off, I'm a player. Coach put me in where I'll do it to the best of my abilities, but I feel comfortable with the ball in my hand, and I feel comfortable, running off the screens as well. So, I'm going to develop into both of them. I'm going to get better at every characteristic and every, category on the floor. I'm going to just go put my hard work into it and try to develop everything. So whatever, Coach Milton need me to do, I'll go out there and do it to the best of my abilities.
Flip, putting on your coaching hat now, I know that this is premature, but what type of contribution do you see these two guys making next year?
Well, fortunately, I've coached some young players before. When you look at KG and Steph when they were here, and they were both 19 at the time. And our philosophy that we always said when I brought them in, I talked to them, I said there's a few things. Number one, when you step on the court, they don't ask for your ID to see how old you are. They don't ask to see where you were drafted, or they don't have to see how much money you're making. And so what we did is that we would give them responsibility, and as much responsibility as I would give them that they could improve, then we give them more responsibility. And in that way, you give them the ability to develop, not to overpower them and give them too much responsibility where they feel like they're in quicksand, and the harder they work, the faster they sink. So I believe having some experience coaching young players will help. As John said, I think that's a little bit goes unnoticed, as they talk a lot about their athleticism because it's through the roof. But they're skilled players. They had the ability, both had the ability to shoot. If you look at their shooting percentages from the three, especially Glenn, the last 4 weeks of the season, and you look at their ability to handle the ball. So their main thing is going to be to continue to keep on improving. When you have 19-year-olds that are athletic and skilled, and they're willing to work, as I said before, that's really half the battle. So I'm not going to put a limit as far as what they're going to play. That's a lot is up to them on how well they play, how well they integrate with our players, and you give them the opportunities.
Jerry Zagotta of the Star Tribune here. Zach, everybody talks about your athleticism. How would you assess your basketball IQ, and how much do you have to learn still?
I try, learn as much as I can. Over these past, pre-draft, I've really been, just studying the game. I've watched every possession of me at UCLA at least 2 times. I got a synergy account, so all I do has been watching film. So I feel like my basketball IQ is growing. I'm 19 years old, though, at the same time, so I'm going to have to learn a lot. Going to, a new NBA game that I never experienced before. You can't buy, experience. So I'm gonna just continue to learn. But as of right now, I feel like it's good, but for me right now. But it's going to keep improving. I have to keep getting better at it.
Brooke Edel, Carolina Sports. Question for Glenn and Zach up there. For you guys, who are you guys the most excited to play with on this current NBA roster in the Wolves?
I'd definitely say Ricky, just because playing with Trey Burke, a great point guard at Michigan, and really seeing how well he controls the offense and how well he can move the ball and pass first point guard. I really look forward to that connection, and I see a lot of highlights coming soon.
I'm with Glenn there. I can see myself running a lane, not knowing who he's going to pass to, and then, just ball's going to be in there. It's up for grabs on who's going to dunk it. So it's, you don't always going to have to be looking for passes. He has eyes in the back of his head. So I know he's going to be exciting to play with.
Flip, when you look at the backgrounds of these two, is there anything to being young guys and coming from programs that are high profile and playing for big-time coaches that can maybe speed the development a little bit? But you've looked at it with KG coming straight from high school. It didn't really matter, but can that prepare them a little bit?
They're both young. They have good backgrounds, and young players, what you have the opportunity to do is you have the opportunity to help mold them. So as a coach and as an organization, you feel excited about it, but there's also a responsibility. And many times with young players, how they develop and the things that are set in the tone early in their career will affect them. I take pride when people talk about KG and his preparation, because that's something, Sam Mitchell back there helped a lot. We had him next to his locker and talked to him every day, and we would talk to them, and we instilled in him what it was to be a professional, what it was to come to work every day, how you had to learn how to, if you saw what KG was eating when he was a rookie with the McDonald's bags and what he ended up eating, you'd see that things change. And so, as I said before, having gone through this, we're aware of young players and what they can do. But so it's a responsibility that I look forward to working with.
Time for just 1 or 2 more questions here, guys.
Flip, after you drafted Glenn, you had sold the 2 second-rounders. Just nobody really had a chance to make your club.
That was a big lightning rod last night. With all the media, it started by Jerry. I was wondering what was really going on. We were all happy, and we got A ratings from a lot of people nationally around the country, and we got bashed for selling 44 and 53. But my main thing is this. We do a lot of studying as an organization and our scouting staff. We've got a full roster right now. When you look at our roster, it's pretty full. With these 2 players added, we're at 14. We don't have a lot of spots. And so what it really boiled down to is that did we feel that there was a player, whether it was here in the States that played in college that would go overseas, or there were foreign players that we felt that with the team that we had, that they'd be able to come and play for us in the next 2 or 3 years. With a couple European players we have right now that are on the verge of coming over, but they need bigger contracts, to be able to come over here. So we just felt there wasn't anybody there, and so we went in that direction. Jerry brought up a point. He said, will the fans look at you selling the picks and think, you're not committed to winning, because you're trying to get money? Well, when I look at our salary cap, and we're up in the high 60s, and last year I think we were the highest salary cap team that didn't make the playoffs. And I look at the commitment that Glenn has made to players that we signed last year and moving forward. We're committed to winning. So those picks had nothing to do with trying to get money. Those picks had to do with where were we with our organization. And last year we took Lorenzo Brown with the 53rd pick or 54th pick. He was a good player, but our roster was full and we had to release him. And so at that point, we didn't want to waste any of those picks.
Sam X from 105 The Ticket. Glenn, what did that second year at Michigan do for your development?
It really created leadership for me. Learning from Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr., I learned a lot about leadership, how to really help my team out in different ways other than just scoring the basketball. Defensive end, communicating, all the little details, that I really have to emphasize and take focus on, to be able to be successful, at this level. So I'll say those are a couple things that I learned.
All right, guys, with that, we're going to wrap up the Q&A portion here of the press conference, but all these gentlemen here will be available for one-on-ones at the back of the room. Thank you very much for coming by Target Center, and thank you for watching and listening at home.
Congratulations.
Hey. Timberwolves head coach Flip Saunders opened the news conference saying, I woke up this morning feeling better about my situation and the Timberwolves than I have since I took the job. When you add two players with high athleticism and great work ethic, you've added something great, and we will find out. Still ahead, we'll hear from Zach LaVine and Glenn Robinson III, the two newest members of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
We'll do a full inspection, and here is your estimate.
Air filter and oil change? That's all I need?
That's all you need.
At MTV, we only service what you need. Now get a summer price break. Buy two, get two free with a value installation package on select in-stock tires, even Goodyear. Plus special financing for a limited time. Buy two, get two free. Hurry to MTV Tire and Service Centers. That's all you need.
Hey, this Wendy's salad really tastes like summertime. Told you. Summer in a bowl. What? Sweet strawberries, chicken on the grill.
Did you do something different in here?
New salads.
Nothing captures the feeling of summer like Wendy's new Strawberry Field Salad. Fresh strawberries, bacon, and grilled chicken on a bed of fresh greens.
Now that's better.
The two newest faces of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Zach LaVine and Glenn Robinson III, introduced to the Minnesota media just a short time ago at the Target Center.